Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Om Bolo Sadguru Sivananda Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Bolo Shri Swami Vishnu Devananda Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Namo Narayanaya. Welcome, sweet practitioner. This is Mahalakshmi with 1 ounce practice, and today we practice generosity at times of adversity, at times when we are challenged. And in a separate practice, we shared 3 methods that we can employ in these challenging times. And the first one was to see our own self in the other person, in the one who presents the challenge to us. And by being generous to them, realize that we're generous to our own self. The second method was to see the blessing in disguise, to realize that by this challenge we have an opportunity to practice a virtue, to be an inspiration to others. And sometimes it is hard, especially because negative thoughts and emotions can overcome and overwhelm our body and our mind, and it is hard to see the blessing. It is hard to see the positive quality that we are asked to practice, that we have the opportunity to practice. So in our meditation we practice these methods, inquire clarity and ask for guidance. In today's practice we will explore the third method, which is to overcome adversity by being inspired by the life of saints, sages, heroes, idols, heroines, anyone who inspires us, anyone who is embodiment of good qualities and allows us to become better and strive to be better. And through seeing how they have overcome the challenges in their lives, we believe that we too can overcome the challenges in our lives. And everyone has challenges. It is our opportunities to grow and progress further in our evolution. So today I wanted to share a situation from Swami Sivananda's life from the book Sivananda Biography of a Modern Sage, and it is the situation when he was physically assaulted. The assailant. On the 8th of January 1915, the night satsang was in progress. Satsang is the practice of being in the presence of the truth, being in the presence of a guru, of an enlightened person, or being in the presence of their teachings, being in the presence of the teachings of the scriptures. And during that satsang, during that practice, usually there are prayers and chants that are being sung, and it is usually performed twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. So that was the evening practice when the incident occurred. It was fairly dark inside the bhajan hall, as during kirtan, the practice of singing the divine name, even the lantern which was used for reading the Gita, etc., the Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures, was reduced and put aside. The 2 oil lamps that stood on either side of the altar shone as brightly as they could, but they were only able to illumine a third of the hall, leaving the entrance dark. Govindan, a young man whom Swamiji had maintained in the ashram 4 months prior to this, approached Swamiji through this dark entrance, axe in hand. The axe was raised. As it fell, it missed its mark and struck the door. Govindan, becoming more nervous, raised the axe to strike again at Swamiji. This time, a picture on the wall received the blow. Only the wooden handle of the axe struck Swamiji's turban. Generally, as soon as Swamiji entered the bhajan hall, he used to remove the cloth turban he wore when he left his kutir, but that day he forgot. Swamiji, thinking it was a stick with which he was struck, raised his hand, scratching it on the axe. Swami Vishnudevananda's attention was drawn to the assailant by one of the women sitting nearby. He got up and, hugging Govindan so tightly that he could not lift his hand again, drew him outside. Later, Swami Vishnudevananda shares that he also slapped the assailant, and in that moment, Swami Sivananda tells him, "Vishnu Swami, watch your emotions." Incredible how in time when his life is threatened, he still watches after his disciples and guides them how to control the mind and the emotions. It's so incredible. The crowd in the bhajan hall immediately realized what had happened, and two of them held Govindan while his feet and hands were bound. Then one or two people started to beat him. Swamiji shouted at the top of his voice, "Don't beat him, don't beat him!" And Govindan was rescued and taken to a nearby room and locked in. "Continue the kirtan," said Swamiji. Even in the moment when his life is threatened, Swamiji still continues as if nothing happened. He emphasizes with that example how important the spiritual practice is, and by being a realization that our true nature is consciousness and cannot be hurt by things outside, cannot be hurt by the experiences of the body, good or bad, it cannot touch the consciousness, the true nature that we are, the true essence that we are. He says continue the practice. And the kirtan, arati and peace chants were duly conducted and the satsang came to a close. In the meantime, one Swami ran to the Diamond Jubilee Hall and in broken sentences informed the Swamis there of what had happened. They ran to the police station, got a couple of policemen and ran up with them to the bhajan hall. From there, all the assembled people went to the room where Govindan had been kept. Quickly, the rope that bound his feet together was removed and he stood up guarded on both sides by policemen. The crowd watched. Swamiji went straight to Govindan and bowed to him with folded palms, saying, "Govindan, do you want to deal some more blows? Here I am. Kindly satisfy yourself." The police inspector gazed at this scene with great wonder. Who wouldn't? Govindan muttered, "No, I do not want to beat you any more. I am satisfied." Everyone's face indicated that these words poured ghee, purified butter or fuel, into the fire of wrath that they were somehow managing to control. "What harm did I do to you? Why did you get so angry with me?" inquired Swamiji in a loving manner. For this there was no reply. After this, all left the bhajan hall and winded their way down the hill towards Swamiji's kutir. "What shall we do, Swamiji? Shall I lodge a complaint against this man?" asked the police inspector. No, just send him away from Munikireti." "That is enough," said Swamiji and left for his kutir. Munikireti is the small town by Rishikesh where the ashram is located. He was greeted by an endless stream of visitors. Many of the men and women of the locality, on hearing of the incident, rushed to Swamiji's kutir in tears in spite of the late hour. Swamiji sat and received them all, smiling radiantly as if nothing had happened. On the next day, it was decided that Govindan should be provided with 2 ashramite escorts and leave on the Grand Trunk Express with a ticket to Salem, his native place. Swamiji would not countenance any suggestions that Govindan should be charged, saying, No, we should not punish him. He only worked out my prarabdha." And he refers here to the prarabdha karma, the allocated karma for this lifetime. So out of the sanchita karma, which is the story of all karmas that we have accumulated through past births, past actions. We have the prarabdha karma, which is the current amount of the karma allocated for the current lifetime. So Swamiji is saying, he only worked out the fruits of my own past actions. Do you mean to say that anything could happen without the Lord's will? Continues Swamiji. No, the Lord only prompted Govindan to do what he did. Is dutam chalayatam asmi mere words? Here Swamiji refers to a verse from the Bhagavad Gita. This is verse 36 from the 10th chapter. It means, I am the gambling of the fraudulent. So in the 10th chapter, the disciple Arjuna asked the teacher Sri Krishna how one can recognize the divine, how can one see the divine, what qualities do they possess? And Sri Krishna says that while they are innumerable, here are some examples of the qualities by which you can recognize the divine. And he says how among the beasts he is the lion, among the fish he is the shark, among the lakes he is the ocean, how among the mountains he is Meru, among the immovable things he is the Himalayas. And Swami Sivananda on I am the gambling of the fraudulent, he comments that the divine is the power in the powerful. It is the victory in the victorious. It is the effort in the one who makes the effort. And it is the gambling in the one that tries to cheat us. So it is all the divine that is pervading all this manifestation. Swamiji continues, does not the same omnipresent Lord indwell the robber and the murderer and the burglar? No, I will not let the police charge Govindan. We should thank him for working out my karma so easily. The Lord has spared my life because there is some more service to be performed through this body. I must go on with that service. That is all the incident indicates to me. Here Swamiji shares the wisdom, the fruit of our own actions that we are reaping through these situations, through these challenging times. And it is the opportunity in which we can practice the good virtues and our good nature, our true nature. And he is saying how it is the divine grace that allows him to continue with his service, recognizing that this situation is only a reminder that he is doing God's will, that everyone is doing God's will, and he is prompted to continue with his service to humanity. Swamiji went to the police station at about 11 a.m. with fruits, books, clothes, new blanket, and japamala, rosary. With his own hand, he applied kumkum and basma. These are the sacred powders, the red powder and the ash, which removes the negative energies from the one who is applied on. So he applied the sacred powders on Govindan's forehead and then prostrated before him. Those present were wonderstruck at the sight because he is worshipping his attacker. Swamiji then gave the books with the autographed blessing. May the Lord bless you with health, long life, peace, prosperity, devotion, wisdom, and kaivalya, which means freedom. He initiated Govindan into the Ashtakshari mantra, Om Namo Narayanaya, the mantra of peace, gave him the clothes, etc., and the rest of the offerings, and also the following advice. Kindly repeat the Lord's name incessantly. Do regular and vigorous japa, the repetition of the mantra. Forget all that has happened. Only take care of the mind that does not run into old vicious grooves, and that you are not impelled to commit the same mistakes again. Please read good spiritual books. Do not mix with bad characters. The latent spirituality will come patent through sadhana, through spiritual practice. Spirituality is latent in you now. If it was not there at all, you would have not come here. I ask Saswat Swamiji and Purushottamji to accompany you as far as Arga and provide you with all comforts and conveniences during the journey. From Arga, you will get a ticket to Salem. Kindly write to me frequently about your welfare and your sadhana you practice. May God bless you. He then repeated Om Namo Narayanaya several times and made Govindan also repeat the sacred mantra. Special dishes were prepared and given to Govindan before his departure. Swamiji then sent a note to the police inspector that he did not want to proceed against Govindan in any matter, and that the police might drop the matter from their minds. Later, Govindan does write to Swamiji, sharing that he is practicing the repetition of the mantra, that he is doing his other practices like asana practices, he's reading spiritual books, and Swamiji smilingly says that he will invite him back to the ashram. Such an incredible teaching and embodiment of not just generosity, not just kindness to those who hurt us, to those who offend us, not just loving and caring to them, but also providing them with blessings, with spiritual knowledge, with the tools of their further embetterment, of their further evolution, of the tools that will help them further evolve on the path, and give them advice of what to do, how to perform the practices for their own best, and worshipping them, recognizing the divine nature within them, that they're only performing God's will, and only allowing Swamiji to work out his karma, the karma that he is supposed to go through according to his past actions, according to the law of Dharma, the law of order which governs this universe. It is beyond any words. It is incredibly inspiring and shows the way of how we too can be gracious, how we too can be loving and caring to everyone around us, and seeing that it is our own karma, it is our own actions that we are experiencing, because that is the only way someone can hurt us, someone can get to the intimate aspects of our heart, and for us to experiencing it as painful experience. These experiences that happen to us, we perceive them the way that we perceive them because of our own past impressions. Whether they're painful or joyful, it is only due to our own impressions and our own karma. With this inspiring teaching, let's close our eyes and sit and meditate and reflect and see how we can embody it in our own life, in our own challenge. Let's sit comfortably with the spine up straight to stay alert. If you're sitting on a couch or on a chair, make sure that you're not leaning back. If you're sitting on your yoga mat, make sure that the hips are elevated so the knees are at ease. We'll place the hands in a chin mudra, thumb and index finger touching together at the tip, or you can place just the palms open, the right one on top of the left one. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes, and we'll start with 2 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose, expand the abdomen, the rib cage and chest, and exhale through the nose. Relax the abdomen, the rib cage and chest. One more time, inhale deeply and exhale completely. We'll continue with inhaling for the count of 3 and exhaling for the count of 6. And we'll breathe through our nose for the rest of the practice. As you feel ready, inhale on 1, on 2, on 3, and exhale on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, on 5, on 6. Inhale on 1, on 2, on 3, and exhale on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, on 5, on 6. Inhale on 1, on 2, on 3, and exhale on 1, on 2, on 3, 4, on 5, on 6. Inhale on 1, on 2, on 3, and exhale on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, on 5, on 6. Inhale on 1, on 2, on 3, and exhale on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, on 5, on 6. 2 more times. Inhale on 1, on 2, on 3, and exhale on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, on 5, on 6. Inhale on 1, on 2, on 3, and exhale on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, on 5, on 6. Return to normal breathing. Continue to focus on the breath. Notice the movement of the chest. Center your gaze in between the eyebrows at the third eye, or in the heart center, whichever feels natural to you, whichever place you usually go to, and stick with that point of concentration. Let's recall the teachings of Swami Sivananda, how he saw the divine in his assailant, how he guided his students to continue with the practices as if nothing happened, how he bowed to the person who assaulted him, how he worshipped him, how he brought him offerings, how he was generous not only with physical offerings but with his knowledge, granting him tools by which he can progress on his journey, on his spiritual evolution. How he initiated him into the peace mantra and sent him on his way with many blessings and priceless advice. Remembering that by practicing virtues, by bringing these good qualities like generosity in our own life, during times of adversity, we too can be embodiment and inspiration to others. We too can go beyond the challenge and allow our true nature, which is pure goodness, to shine brightly and illuminate our path forward. Mentally repeat to yourself, I rejoice in the welfare of others. I rejoice in the welfare of others. I rejoice in the welfare of others. I wish everyone good health, long life, prosperity, peace, wisdom, and freedom. I wish everyone strong health, long life, prosperity, wisdom, peace, and freedom. Repeat it a few times to yourself. I wish everyone long life, strong health, prosperity, peace, wisdom, and freedom. Imagine that you are standing on a stage and everyone in your life has gathered around you and are looking up at you. Say to them, I am generous with my blessings to you all. I give freely and munificently. I am generous with my blessings to you all. I will do my best to be generous to you in my thoughts, in my words, and my actions, whether they're physical, material, or thoughts of well-being and prayers. I am generous with my blessings to you all. I will be generous with my thoughts, words, and actions to you all. See yourself sending good thoughts and prayers to every single person that is looking at you. It can be something simple as, may you be blessed. May God's grace be with you always. Or may you have good health and long life. Look at them and send them thoughts of love and care. We will conclude our meditation with the Sanskrit mantra Lokha Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. It means, may all beings be happy. You can repeat it mentally to yourself, or you can chant it out loud with me. Lokha Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. 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 Lokha samasta sukhino bhavantu loka samasta sukhino bhavantu loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om. 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 As you feel comfortable, gently open your eyes if they were closed. Thank you, my friend, for meditating with me. May we all be embodiment of the virtues and follow Swamiji's example to the best that we can. May we all have blessed the rest of the day. Om Namo Narayanaya.